So, after being an occupational therapist for over 20 years now, I, of course, have always been asked over and over about fine motor skills. You know, basics, using a spoon, cutting, coloring, writing. Guess what? They are anything but basic. Fine motor skills are a combination of joint mobility, muscle balance. Yeah, all the muscles have to balance in order for our fingers to work properly. They're a combination of attention, motor planning, even endurance goes into play when we are using our fine motor skills. So as you can see, there's nothing basic about them. So we're gonna go over, let's see how many, five of my top go-to fine motor activities. And if you've seen some of the other videos in this series, everything that I recommend is basic. We have it at home, we have it in the school, we have it in the playground. There's nothing fancy about any of the things I'm recommending, but the skills that they're developing are so important. Okay, so here we go. Number one is bimanual skills. As you guessed it, it's using both sides of our hands together. This develops as early as infancy. We've got babies that at 4 months old can bring both hands together to hold a rattle or a bottle. So you'll see this sometimes develop that we use both hands together, and sometimes one hand will be stabilizing and the other hand will be manipulating. For example, cutting, right? You have to hold one thing with your hand and then the other hand has to cut. Well, as you can see, that's a lot of coordination happening for your body to successfully be able to put that together. So, quick little go-to activities are lacing cards at home, lacing shoes. Both hands need to work together. Rolling pins, another easy peasy. You see, all stuff we already have and do. Then we have pre-cutting and cutting. I always like to talk about those together. Sometimes using scissors can be really tricky for our kids. So I always like to backpedal and start with our kids where they're successful. So tearing paper is a great go-to activity because even though we are just tearing with our hands, we're using the exact same muscles that we need to manipulate scissors. Another trick I like to incorporate are the loop scissors. I don't have any here for this video, but if you look up loop scissors, you'll be able to find them really quick. And again, you squeeze them and the child is able to cut. So he just has to worry about manipulating the paper and opening and closing his hand. Remember, we want our kids to be successful. Success breeds success. No point in having us frustrated with the scissors that he can't manipulate. When we backpedal a little bit, then we have success, and now all of a sudden those scissors aren't so intimidating. Number three, good old strengthening. We need to develop strength so that our hands can have endurance. Easy go-to activity, putty, Play-Doh, and basically anything in the kitchen that requires our hands to do it over and over again. Okay? Weight bearing. Getting weight through our shoulders, our elbows, our upper body is really gonna help us build stability in our core so that our hands are gonna be free to manipulate the environment. Great way and great thing to do is just go outside. Every park in every state I've been to has monkey bars. Even if it's cold, there's still monkey bars. So again, scaling it for your child, you may need to hold him up so he can just practice holding before he can take off and do the whole entire monkey bar. Last one, and it's kind of like my favorite because it's so cute, is finger isolation. Yep, this little important piece of activity is really important. So this is what fingers need to manipulate tiny little objects. And a lot of times, kids don't know the names of our fingers, believe it or not. So when we're trying to give instructions as to put your thumb through the loop and your pointer finger and your index finger, it's really important to do these finger puppet games. And of course, good old fashioned Where is Thumper? Remember that song, like from 200 years ago? Well, start singing it today. It's great to develop finger isolation. So these are my basic go-to fine motor activities. Please use them at home. As you can see, I made them all super easy that we can all do them basically anywhere. At home, at school. I'm Nicole Santamaria with Miami Handwriting, OT for Real Life Skills. Let me know how it goes. You know, I always love to hear from you. Thank you so much.